welcome to the Inside Blitz. Week 2 in the NFL, what we call rivalry week. I'm your host, Steve.
I'm Brian.
And let's get into Thursday night's game. Let's not keep you waiting. We had the Jets and the Bills. Decent game. Jets 37, Bills 31.
Yep. Bills stats. He had Tyrod Taylor 18 for 30, 297 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not a bad game. LaShawn McCoy 15 carries for 59 yards. Goodwin had 2 receptions, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Sales had 4 receptions, 89 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Jets, the victors of the game, Fitzpatrick 24 for 34, 374 yards and a touchdown. Matt Forte, who by the way is in my top 5 running backs in the league, 30 carries, 100 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Brandon Marshall had 6 receptions for 101 yards. Eric Decker, 6 receptions, 126 yards, and a touchdown. It was a pretty competitive game all around. The Jets got that, so if you pick the Jets in your football pool, congratulations, you are now 1-0 for the week.
And speaking of the Jets, we have to talk about Darrelle Revis Island.
Is Darrelle Revis washed up?
Is it time for him to retire and step away from the game?
We're going to go to his... he went against A.J. Green in week 1. A.J. Green had 12 receptions, 180 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Basically, Revis Island got torched.
And in week 2, Thursday night, an unknown receiver named Goodwin had 2 receptions, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. So, is Revis Island washed up? My personal opinion, I mean, my man Drew, he a Jets fan. He said that Revis is like an old car. It takes a while to warm up, but once it does, it's staying warm. I kind of agree with that. Like, I still think Revis is going to be pretty good. Like, Revis, it's not the same Revis Island, but I think he will still be productive for the Jets defense.
I agree with you. An old car, once you get it warmed up, it's warmed up. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I don't think he's the same Darrelle Revis as he's been in the past, but I do think that he is a player that is beneficial to the Jets secondary. Nevertheless, maybe after this year, I might have to tell him to just go ahead and retire.
Yeah, he probably does need to retire after this year. It's definitely not the same, but I don't think every receiver is going to torch him this year. Like, he might look good against some receivers. But so far, week 1 and week 2, Revis Island has been vacation central for these receivers. They've been sitting back, drinking hand, feet up, chilling on the beach at Revis Island. Like, they have not been scared at all. My man, what's up, Ballhead? What's up, Sean? Ballhead said he's done. Sean just laughing. Like,
I mean, they could do what they did with D Hall and move him to safety. If he's washed up, they can always move him to safety. But my advice, if you want to go out on top, retire. Next thing that we want to really get into,
also on that game, is the Bills fire Greg Roman.
After a terrible performance. Not so much on the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball. They really got, they really got outshined. I think personally, Rob Ryan should have lost his job versus, Greg Roman.
Yeah, the Bills offense didn't play too bad on Thursday night. Like, they had 31 points.
31.
And to me, that's a pretty productive game. I mean, week 1, on the other hand, they have, I think, 3 or something like like that, but I think the offense played pretty well. I don't understand why the offensive coordinator got fired after only 2 weeks when you put up 34 points so far in 2 weeks. Like, I don't get it. I don't think nobody should have got fired just yet. I mean, it's only week 2. Like, let the players get adjusted to the season being back in, and you know they wasn't supposed to beat the Jets anyway. So I don't understand like why they got fired. But hey,
that's just the way it goes.
I guess that's the part of being a part of the game. All right, my bad. Daryl said they had 7. They had 7 week 1. He wouldn't know because they lost to the Ravens, but yeah, nobody cared.
Pretty much, but yeah.
But
thanks for your chime in though.
Right. But this next topic, we in the period of the season when they start announcing the potential Hall of Famers and stuff like that, and it's one nominee that stuck out to everyone, and that's Bob Sanders. So we want to know, is Bob Sanders a Hall of Famer in your book? Yes or no? You can start, Steve.
Bob Sanders, I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's one player on the Colts defense that really stood out. So you can't deny him. I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I do think that he belongs there somewhere down the line.
Daryl said, "Yep, he's a Hall of Famer."
Okay, Daryl.
I also feel like he's a Hall of Famer, not a first ballot. He'll get in eventually. I don't have him up there with the likes of Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu, but he's like right under them to me, and I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer, but I still think it's a hit or miss because of his injuries. He got hurt kind of early in his career. He stayed hurt, but when he was in the game, he was a beast. Yeah. He was a monster. Like, you didn't want to go on his side or go up the middle. He was always there to hit you. I really, really, really think that he deserves to get in, but I don't think he's going to get in this year. He's not going to be a first ballot. Definitely, it might take him a few tries. He shouldn't be in before some of the people who didn't get in last year. Like T.O. should get in before him, I think. Who else didn't get in that should have got in? Oh, is Jimmy Johnson in yet? Jimmy Johnson should definitely get in before him. So, like, he'll definitely get in, but he might be playing a waiting game, like what's it? Is it Troy Brown? Who was the Raiders receiver that took a while to get in? Brown. Troy. The Raiders receiver Brown. I think. I won't say his first name Troy. I'm not sure, but
Tim
Brown. It took him a while to get in, but he eventually got in. I think that's going to be the same with Bob Sanders. It's going to take him a while before he actually gets in. But I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer. Is there anybody who does not think he's a Hall of Famer? I think everybody think he's a Hall of Famer except for
who's that?
Kareem, but he ain't on here. But he had made a debate earlier in the week that he wasn't a Hall of Famer. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, Daryl said Tim. So as y'all know, it's rivalry week.
It certainly is.
Cowboys
man.
versus the Redskins.
All day, baby, all day.
All day in the paint. So we're gonna
run down.
We're gonna give y'all some couple lifetime stats for the Cowboys versus the Redskins. And the overall, they played 112 total games. The Cowboys lead 66-44 and 2. Their first meeting ever was October 9th, 1960. Redskins won that 26-14. Their last meeting was January 3rd, 2016. Redskins also won that 34-23. I didn't really know this, but they only played 2 times in the playoffs. Redskins are 2-0.
2-0, baby. 2-0.
But Cowboys had a 5-year win streak from 97 to 2002. Yeah,
and that's the thing that I hated the most.
That's the era when we owned them. Like, That's when Redskin fans wasn't even Redskin fans for a while because they couldn't beat the Cowboys. But it's been a little bit more competitive lately.
We've been Redskins fans, but we might be ashamed to admit it after Dallas beat us. But nevertheless.
So our question is, in light of Cowboys versus Redskins,
Yes, sir.
Is the Cowboys versus Redskins rivalry still the best rivalry in football?
I know there's a lot of nice rivalries out there. Who we have? We have Pittsburgh and the Ravens.
Patriots and Jets.
Patriots and Jets. Those are, just two off the top of my head. Green Bay and Minnesota. That's another rivalry. We want to know from you, is Dallas and the Redskins the best rivalry out there?
It is still the best rivalry in football. As a fan, I would say yes, because I'm a Cowboys fan, of course, and I just like playing the Redskins. But just as an NFL fan, I still think it's the best rivalry. Like, the division hasn't really been great, but that game matters. Like, those two games matter. Like, Cowboy fans said, I don't care if we go 0-16 or 2-14, long as we beat the Redskins. Redskin fans say the same thing. Long as we beat the Cowboys. Like,
I don't care about making the Super Bowl. I don't care about making it to the playoffs. As long as we beat Dallas twice a year, that's all I care about. So this guy right here sitting next to me and the other fans just like him can't talk shit.
Yeah, Mo said Pittsburgh and Ravens. I got that up there too. So did Shalonda. She got Steelers and Ravens, which is also a hard hitting. That rivalry probably means a lot more because both of those teams are normally, competing for the division and all of that. But I don't know, because even the Jets and Patriots be banging it out. So, like, these rivalries mean a lot. And the game today is a real big one because me personally, I feel like whoever loses this game is in trouble. I know it's week 2, but whoever loses this game might be in trouble in the division race.
Well, because you can't be down.
That's just my personal opinion.
You can't be down 2 games and expect to come back and make a playoff spot.
Because the Cowboys look average week 1.
The Redskins look like some shit week 1.
Didn't look good at all. Week 1, but
at all.
To their credit, they played the Steelers.
Yeah.
So
you can't deny the Steelers.
Can't really,
Ben Roethlisberger, I don't care what you do to that man. You need to, hit him with a truck or something because he's always going to find a way to get the ball out there. Antonio Brown, they had Rashad Breeland shadowing him the whole game, and he was just torching him. And at that point in time, if I was the Redskins head coach, I would want to put somebody else on him, in order to stop the bleeding, if you would. D'Angelo Williams, they kept running to the left side where Breeland was, and, they were taking huge chunks of yardage out of the Redskins' tails. And, that's just a disaster for the Redskins' defense, and it shows with the final score.
Yeah, speaking of that, do y'all think Josh Norman is going to follow Dez today? Or they going to pull the Breeland card again and let Norman stay on one side? Like, do you think that's going to work? Or should he be following the number 1 receivers in the league?
I believe if you pay a man $75 million, you need to put him on the best wide receiver in the league. Hands down. Hands down. There's no way you're going to pull an Albert Hainsworth on me. Ain't no way. $100 million and then you walk out.
Well, I don't think he's pulling a Hainsworth. I think that he's following the design that the defensive coordinator is giving him. But people also said that he should say, bump that plan and follow the best receiver in the league no matter what.
They asked Jay Gruden about it.
And that's what I agree with. If my teammate is getting annihilated, I'm like, I got him, bro. That's what I'm going to do. That's me personally. But I don't know how technical everything gets in the league. But if that's the route that y'all going to end up taking this year, unfortunately, he's going to end up being a bust because even though Breeland's the one that got cooked last week, we're talking about Norman.
Right. I agree.
We're talking about Norman because he's supposed to be the one checking him, and it's his fault that Breeland got destroyed.
I don't think it's his fault. It's the coaching staff's fault But nevertheless, they asked Jay Gruden about it in a conference.
Greg said they already said he not following Dez.
They asked him, why didn't they put Josh Norman, on the other side where Breathing was? He was like, well, because I didn't even think about it. Are you kidding me? If you're a head coach in the NFL and your player is getting beat, it's time to make some adjustments. Tighten up a little bit.
If he not following Dez,
it's going to be a long Sunday.
It might be another field day
for Dez Bryant,
for receivers.
Just in general
against the Redskins. Cause I don't get it. Like, y'all paying this man $75 million?
$75.
This man's getting $75 million,
and I'm going to strap up
to cover Terrence Williams,
your weakest receiver.
I don't get it. Like, you get $75 million to cover. Who's the backup receiver for Pittsburgh? Cause I know Wheaton didn't play last.
No, Wheaton didn't play. I don't even know.
He covered somebody. Where Rob at? Who y'all backup? I don't think Rob on here, but whoever the backup receiver is for Pittsburgh, like, you paying him $75 million to check him. Like, what, Gruden forgot that he was getting $75 million? Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
And this is what I was saying in, like, preseason. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna earn this money? Like, we looking forward to Norman versus Brown, Norman versus Bryant, Norman versus Beckham.
Right.
But we're not even about to get it. We about to get Breland versus all of them. And now everybody's saying Breland's some garbage, but a couple years ago when he put the clamps on Dez, everybody was on him.
Right.
Now he got cooked, and everybody, he's sorry. Like, no, he just got cooked. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I can cover anybody in the league, and that's just my opinion.
What's up, Calvo? Today, you already know who I'm repping with. You know, we getting it popping.
He's doing way better than half of us. So,
but yeah, like, I don't get it. But I seen somebody that said, Greg said that he think the Eagles and the Cowboys is a great rivalry because it gets real, like, it gets physical. They throw stuff at the coaches. I remember that game when they was throwing snowballs at Jimmy Johnson and them running in the tunnel. That is a good rivalry. You still got, I think the Bengals and the Steelers is a good rivalry as well. That actually might be better than the Ravens and Steelers because whenever they play, it's normally like in the playoffs or for the division. That's a good one. The Patriots division, it's only one rivalry. That's the Jets. The rest of the teams suck. Chargers and Broncos used to be a decent rivalry, but now the Chargers suck.
And so do the Broncos, in my opinion.
I mean, the Broncos all right, man.
I mean, they won the Super Bowl last year with the Sheriff Peyton Manning, but now that he's not there, you got Trevor Siemian.
But you gotta think,
who is Trevor Siemian?
But you got to think about it. Look at it like this. Peyton did nothing in the Super Bowl. Peyton did nothing all year. They got the same defense. They're going to be decent, bro. Like, they got the defense. Like, defense wins championships.
That's true.
I still believe in that today. You know what I'm saying? Because all the teams with good defenses, you got people like, I'm looking at right now, like Eli. Got 2 rings because he had 2 good defenses.
Off luck.
He got 2 good defenses. Like, people like Tony Romo don't have a ring because he never had a good defense. Defense still wins championships. Broncos going to be there by the end of it all. The Patriots going to be there. Mm-hmm. That's a good rivalry. Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. That might be the best rivalry in the NFL history, bro. Like, Peyton.
I agree.
Peyton versus Tom is like the greatest rivalry in NFL history, I think. Like, yeah, they went at it a lot.
A lot.
And Brady owned them. That's why he's the greatest. Oh yeah, I forgot about Green Bay versus Chicago. They was a rivalry for a minute too.
Yeah, back in the day.
Now Chicago not really that good though, man. So they kind of killed that rivalry. Now I think it's the Vikings and the Packers in that division.
Yeah,
I think who also plays today. I think.
Yeah.
Well, they play tonight. Vikings and Packers play tonight. That's a rivalry game as well. And they said Sam Bradford was starting. So
Sam Bradford.
So if y'all need to make any adjustments to y'all fantasy teams, there's no Sam Bradford playing. I don't know how good he gonna be, but
I have no idea. I think he'll be better than Sean Hill.
It might be some Bradford fans out there. What's up, Jackie Moon? What's up, Mike?
Oh, Jackie Moon is watching TWC. Welcome to the Inside Blitz.
Coach Patriots. Yeah, we just talked about that. Anyways, Cowboys versus Redskins. Cowboys Nation.
Nah.
Everybody from the Cowboys Nation, what up? You already know we about to go to work. Dak Prescott, there's Brian, Zeke Elliott. Alfred Morris, he gonna go to work on y'all because y'all cut him.
Yeah, I'm still mad about that Alfred Morris cut.
We about to get it popping.
Only time will tell. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. You know, it's always Redskins Nation over here. HCTR, Burgundy and Gold. Tell them dead and cold. You know what it is. Another thing, being that you're playing fantasy, we want to get into injury reports. And we have a long laundry list of them today. First and foremost, if you're a Patriots fan, if you have Rob Gronkowski in your fantasy, he is not playing today. He is listed as questionable until further notice.
Chris Ivory is out. Prince Amukamara is out.
Dante Hightower is doubtful. Russell Wilson,
he's playing.
He's active.
I know y'all heard about him hurting his ankle or his foot, but he's definitely playing today. Ezekiel Ansah is questionable. Jordan Cameron and Arian Foster are both questionable.
Devontae Parker is questionable. Mike Pouncey is out, as you know. So I don't know what Miami's going to do. But
Jonathan Stewart is questionable.
Kendall Wright is out. Trent Williams, Josh Doxson
both questionable. That's going to play a role in the Cowboys-Redskins game.
Absolutely.
Joey Bosa is out. They saying it's an injury.
They're saying it's a hamstring.
But we already know what's up with Joey Bosa. He not injured. He just don't want to play. Marcus Wheaton is still questionable. Jamal Charles is doubtful. He probably won't play. Demarius Thomas, who I didn't even know was injured, he's questionable.
Sam Shields is questionable with a concussion. Xavier Rhodes is out. And JPP
is questionable.
Absolutely.
So now we're gonna talk about some key matchups that we're looking forward to seeing today. Of course, we already talked about one, but it's probably not in the key matchup no more now that I heard that Norman's not gonna move. But key matchup one that I have is Dez Bryant versus Josh Norman. I think that should be a pretty...
Go Niners, Jaggy. Okay. He's a Niners fan.
Niners, yeah. Let me get to some of these comments.
Please comment.
Look like Jackie Moon getting crucified right now. He said, hope the Niners shock the world and beat the Panthers. Everybody like, I
don't think that's going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
Not with Blaine Gabbert.
That's not going to happen.
Colin Kaepernick.
If that happens, it will be a shock of the world. I tell you that right now. Everybody's saying not at all.
No chance if that's what they got.
Yeah, everybody laughing at Jackie Moon right now. Because the Niners are not going to beat the Panthers.
Hey, Jackie Moon, we appreciate you getting up with us early this morning.
But key matchup one is Dez Bryant versus Josh Norman. We ain't really got to talk too much about that. We already talked about
all the talking just happened on the field.
Feel free to put any key matchups that y'all want to see. Our second one is Dalton and Green versus Big Ben and Brown.
And that's one of the riders.
I think that's a big one. Two killer QB wide receiver duos.
Yeah.
Both great. Both receivers might be top 5 receivers in the league. Both quarterbacks might be top 5 quarterbacks in the league based on certain people's lists. Yeah. I feel like whoever has the better day wins the game out of these duos.
But let me tell you what's going to play a major role here. It's going to be defense and special teams. You know, there are three. I guess facets to the game. You have to have offense, defense, and special teams. If special teams doesn't come through, or defense doesn't come through, there's no way you're going to win a game. So it's definitely going to be a defensive and special team because we know the offense is definitely going to put up some points. So it's definitely going to be a good game this week.
And I'm going to go ahead and give my predictions of stats on these people. I got Dalton going for 450 yards,
Woo!
3 touchdowns. AJ Green gonna catch 2 of those touchdowns for maybe 13 receptions, $150 for two touchdowns. She said DJ said you got an ugly jersey on, sir.
Hey, DJ.
Sorry, not say something.
Oh, I was about to say DJ. I know he didn't say that. It's not ugly. The one that's sitting next to me, that might be ugly.
She said love the jersey, Steve.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Big Ben.
Big Ben's gonna have a
I think he's also gonna have a big game.
Absolutely.
I gave him 400 yards.
Yes. That sounds about right.
2 TDs. Brown gonna catch both of those TDs. He's gonna probably go for $180.
I like that stat right there.
10 receptions.
I like those.
These
stats.
are just predictions.
And feel free to give your predictions. We're doing this for you.
I really think that's going to be a really, really, really key element to that game. I'm probably going to add one more.
Who do we have over here? Who do you have for us?
Colts, Broncos. I want to see Andrew Luck versus the Broncos defense.
Okay.
I feel bad for Luck a little bit because his defense is absolutely garbage. Like, they also have to start faster. Like, you can't expect to play from 30 down every week. Mm-hmm. Like, they're winning. Well, they lost week 1, but, like, how can y'all have, like, Andrew Luck and don't have no defense? Like, he's supposed to be, like, the future of the NFL when, Brady and all them gone.
Right.
And it's like they have no defense. So I want to see. But the Broncos defense is like monstrous.
Yeah.
So I want to see if Andrew Luck is going to survive that Broncos defense. Is he as good as Bill when he came out number 1 overall about 3 or 4 years ago? I want to see if he is built to be the future. Like if he can light up Denver's defense today,
you'll be a believer.
I'm already a believer.
Oh, okay.
I think you'll be a believer if he lights up the Denver defense today.
Well, I mean, Andrew Luck is a great quarterback, but you have to put the key pieces around him in order to help him be successful. You have T.Y. Hilton. You have a running game with Frank Gore. Your defense, who do you have on defense? I don't know. And that's sad. As much football as I watch, I do not know who is on the Indianapolis Colts defense. I think Andrew Luck is going to be in for a field day today.
You're right about that.
Denver is going to get after him often, early, and please expect him to at least throw 2 picks. That's just my prediction.
Boss man Sean, I am crazy if I got Dalton going over 400 yards. I'm crazy. We will see, sir. Like, he has A.J. Green. He has a pretty good receiving core. Like, it ain't just A.J. Green over there. So I got him going for 450. And
I got him going 350.
Greg said he want to see how many penalties they going to call on Denver for head hunting. Like they did. They got fined, though. I mean,
yeah.
Since they got fined, I'm going to say right now, they wasn't targeting Cam Newton. I mean, I'm gonna say the league's not targeting Cam Newton. They find the guys, whatever. Yeah. Let's move on. Like, it could have been just missed calls that they didn't see. They got fined a lot of money. Right. So we'll see what happens today if they hand hunt Andrew Luck.
I mean, but it's Andrew Luck.
But you gotta think about it. Luck is not
Cam Newton.
Mm-mm. I'm not gonna say player wise. I like Luck better than Newton, but I'm talking about outside of football. Everyday life wise. Hey, you get what I'm trying to say. Andrew Luck is not a black quarterback. So he might not get headhunted like Cam Newton did.
And he's not as tall as Cam Newton. He's not as heavy as Cam Newton. So it takes a little more to get Cam Newton down. But Andrew Luck,
what's up, Rob? What's up? What's good with you, man?
Man, Andrew Luck is definitely going to have his work cut out for him today.
Rob, I want to go back to one of the key matchups since you on now. One of the key matchups that we wanted to see today was Dalton and Green versus Big Ben and Brown.
We already know who Rob's going with, but
I gave predictions on what I think stats going to be for all of them. I said Dalton was going to have 450. 3 touchdowns. Big Ben was going to have 400, 3 touchdowns. Green was going to have 2 of those touchdowns for 150. Brown was going to have both of y'all touchdowns for about $180. What you think, man? Since you, I know you're going to be tuned into that game 24/7, 365 all day. My man Mikey said that the Skins don't win here, Raiders fan.
Hey.
That's what y'all Skins fans kill me with, dog. Like, this is a diehard Skins fan right here. I know for a fact they could be getting annihilated. He's sticking with his squad, but some of y'all Skins fans, man, with y'all little second squads in the AFC,
I only have one squad.
or hopping on, waiting for the Wizards to come back or the Capitals to come back.
Hey, look. Once the football season's over, if we're doing real bad, then yeah, I'm waiting for basketball.
But I feel you, Mikey. That's a good choice. You should go ahead and hop on them Raiders before the game, because y'all about to get dogged today. I'm sorry. I think you know it, too. That's why you made that comment. Sean said, don't trade like that. He said, I did for 31 years, bro. I'm done.
31 years.
I feel you, though. But you got to think the Cowboys had that phase, too, man, after Troy Aikman, bro. Like, we was garbage, bro. Like, Quincy Carter, Anthony Wright, Testaverde, Bledsoe. Like, we went through all of these terrible, terrible, terrible seasons, man, and we just stuck it out, man. Y'all, you stick it out with your squad. Matter of fact, I don't care. Go to Oakland. I don't like the Skins anyway, so.
Of course he doesn't.
Go to Oakland. They looking all right this year. You know, do what you gotta do, Holmes. I feel your frustration. Oh, he said he think D'Angelo Williams gonna have a big day. Yeah, I think he gonna have it's gonna be a solid day. I'm just trying to make it interesting. You know, hopefully they out there. I'm more of the sling the joint down the field type of fan.
I mean,
So,
but in order to have a productive passing game, you have to establish the running game first. You know, so I do agree. D'Angelo Williams will pick up from where he left off last week.
Terrell, calm down. Y'all beat the Browns last week. Eagles ain't about to do nothing. He said the Eagles about to shock the world. The Eagles ain't about to do nothing. Y'all beat the Browns. I mean, y'all heard RG3 put him back on the shelf.
For 10 to 12 weeks.
But I don't think the Eagles gonna do nothing. But yeah, Rob. Rob said sorry, Steve. Skins going down today.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
He said they going down. You still appreciate it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's his opinion. You know, I appreciate his comment. You know, I believe differently, but, you know, that's just me because I'm a Redskins fan. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike. Talk about Dallas still a little garbage, bro. Rebuild time. Young, I swear if Terrence Williams wasn't retarded, y'all would be 0-1 right now, Mike. I don't want to hear that, man. But thanks for tuning in, though. Thanks for tuning in to the Inside Blitz. But you already know why y'all won that game. We already talked about that. We did the injury, so now we're going to game predictions. And we can take our time through this one this week. So we can debate on games and picks and all that good stuff. Game one, we just gonna go ahead and start with the rivalry game. You know who we got already, so we're gonna hit y'all picks. Dallas versus Washington at FedEx Field.
At FedEx Field, 1 o'clock. I'm tuned in.
There's a lot that I'm intrigued to see what Zeke Elliott gonna do this week. Of course, I want to see if Dez gonna get more than one reception this week. Like he was very disappointing last week. I still want to believe that Josh Norman gonna follow Dez around the field. I hope he does.
I hope so.
I want Dez to be challenged. Like I got him as my number one receiver in the league, and I want him to actually be challenged by a potential number one corner in the league. Kirk Cousins had a pretty bad game week 1.
Terrible game week.
So I actually want to see what he gonna do, because now that RG3's hurt, it's like I don't even care about Kirk Cousins no more. Like I wanted RG3 to have a better year than him, but now we see how that turned out.
Man.
So I want to see if Kirk Cousins is
he worth the contract?
pretty much. I want to see if it was because they played the Steelers, or are they just really not that good this year? That's what I want to see.
Everybody's wanting Kirk Cousins to be benched. Everybody wants Colt McCoy in there.
DJ said Skins. Sean said Skins. Mike said Dallas over Skins 27-24. DJ said Dez is a crybaby. I ain't never seen no tears come down his face. What you talking about? My man ain't no crybaby. My man said, throw me the ball, bruh. That's all he want. He want the ball. Dez do be blowing me though, cause he keep betting the ground cost incompletions. Like he need to bring that ball in and secure it. We would have beat the Giants last week if he caught that touchdown pass.
But back to Kirk Cousins, he needs to have a bounce back game. You can't have 2 bad outings and expect to defend your championship of the NFC East. We don't have a running game. We gave that running game away to Dallas without remorse. Now we got Matt Jones. I don't even know if he's playing. And if he is playing, I don't know how well he's going to play. Because last year he fumbled a lot to me. So I'm uncertain. I know that we have a good wide receiving core. Being that Trent Williams is out, we want to see how that left side is going to hold up for Kurt. And our defense needs to step up this week.
Shout out to Rob. I agree with you too, Rob. I think Alpha Moore is going to have a big day today. Redemption game for him. That they let him go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I won't be surprised if Alfred Morris and Elliott both go over 100 yards on the ground today. Because, Elliott the starter, but Morris going to get his reps in. So
yeah, absolutely.
I won't be surprised if they both go for 100 today.
And that's very
Take
possible.
some pressure off Prescott.
That's very possible.
But for that game, it looks like it's kind of like a split between the page, which I expected.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Cowboys and Redskins fans on here. So right now, that game is a split between the page. Next game, I already know who's going to get this one. I know who everybody picking, except for Jackie Moon. But 49ers versus the Panthers. I got the Panthers.
I got the Panthers.
I just think the Niners gave us a misread last week because they played the Rams, and maybe the Rams are just that sorry. Where the Niners beat them 28-0, but I really still don't think the Niners are legit. Panthers lost a tough one last week.
Yeah.
I think they bounce back today and get the W pretty decisively today.
Yeah. Jackie Moon, we already know who you're going with.
Shalonda got the Panthers.
Okay, Shalonda, Raw, who you got there, sir? You got the Panthers. All right, DJ Panthers.
What?
Mike
got the 49ers.
Niners.
Upset alert. My man Mike got the 49ers. I thought he knew football. I guess not. He only know Giants. So it looks like the Panthers are favored for this particular game. I really hope Cam Newton have a good bounce back game. He got beat up week 1. I think he'd be all right. You know,
I don't think the 49ers defense is.
I still don't believe in Blaine Gabbert. Like I said, he beat the Rams.
Who is Blaine Gabbert?
I don't know. Kaepernick getting all this attention. You might as well make that man the starter, man. Like,
Might as well.
They ain't even talk about the team no more. They talk about straight Kaepernick. Like, I need to go ahead and make that man the starter. But Panther. Oh, now we got a few Niners. Greg Monroe picked the Niners.
Oh, well,
Panthers.
that's coming from a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
The next game I think is also a unanimous one. Ravens versus the Browns.
No RG3.
I got the Ravens this week.
I got the Ravens. They're Cleveland's backup quarterback, Josh McCown.
And the funny thing about the Ravens, before I made my predictions last week, I forgot they had Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace,
and that's kind of
Smith, Justin Forsett.
They kind of changing the way I feel about them.
Flacco.
They got a mean receiving core. Like they got
Sizzle on the DN.
They got Kamar Aiken, Mike Wallace,
they have a nice
Smith.
core.
They got a good tight end. Like I kind of changed my mind a little bit. They still not gonna win the division though, but they probably be better than what I say 5-11. They probably be better than that this year. But I got the Ravens. Look like everybody got the Ravens.
Shalonda's definitely gonna have the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens are unanimous. Next game, Titans versus Lions. You can get your pick first.
I'm going with Detroit this week. I'm going with Detroit. Not taking anything away from Tennessee, but I just think that Detroit is going to win today. Matt Stafford is going to have him a good game, and they're going to get the W.
I also got the Lions. Even though the Titans showed some upside in week 1, DeMarco Murray looked pretty well. Like, surprisingly. Actually, he didn't really look that good running, but as a running back coming out the backfield catching passes, he's looking pretty good. Like, I'm like, what was this sad when you was with Dallas? Like, you catching, you looking like Matt Forte now out here? Like,
all he needed was a change of scenery.
Yeah, they still got Henry. He didn't really do too well week 1, but I think he gonna up and up too. But I still like the Lions to edge them maybe by 3. And a stinker maybe, you know.
And a stinker?
Maybe 13-10 or something. You know
what I'm saying? I got you.
Right. And that one is favored Detroit. Detroit is favored.
I had my money on Detroit this week. So Detroit, if you're listening, I need you to pull one out for me today.
Next up, Texans versus Chiefs.
I'm going with the Texans.
Yeah, I got the Texans as well. I just think they're a better team.
All around.
They played pretty well week 1. They won, right?
Yeah. Houston won.
Yeah, okay. I got the Texans. Plus the Chiefs is not really... They came back on San Diego last week, but that's because Keenan Allen got hurt.
ACL out for the year.
I really don't think the Chiefs are really that good either. So I'm going to go with the Texans. They pretty decent this year. Osweiler looked pretty well last week.
All right, Shalon to both say the Texans.
Yeah. The defense didn't look that well for the Texans, though.
No.
Like,
it was pretty much offensive.
I was expecting the defense to look pretty good, but they just got torched.
Well, you know, J.J. Watt's first game back after having surgery on his back.
Mike said KC got it. Mike, I swear, I hope you ain't in no football pools, man. Because you just throwing away.
Endless money.
Yeah, you got endless upsets.
Right.
DJ got the Chiefs, too.
DJ? You must have had hen in your coffee this morning.
Well, you already know if the Skins lose today that the Chiefs about to be her new squad. That's the closest thing to the Skins. You know how y'all do. Y'all leave y'all team behind by week 3.
Sir, I don't never leave my team behind.
You don't, but the rest of them do talk about nationals.
So those... at least they're making the playoffs this year.
Talk about let's go Nats.
Let's go Nats. I support that.
Texans favored in that one. We got two KC picks though.
Okay.
Next game. Patriots Dolphins. Patriots. No doubt about it. Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't care if he playing. They gonna dog the Dolphins in my opinion.
I agree. They're going 2-0. Miami's gonna go 0-2.
Yep.
Man.
What you mean whatever? You all gonna hop on the Chiefs after y'all lose, man. Y'all be gone week 3. Yeah.
DJ, don't be a fair weather fan.
Sean said he stick with his team.
There it is, Sean.
Yeah.
That's how you do.
Sean got the Patriots.
Oh, that's a smart move, sir.
Sean got the Patriots.
No Tom Brady, so she's going with the Patriots. She said Tom Brady is the devil.
He's still the greatest devil of all time. The greatest devil of all time. Yeah, Patriots unanimous. Next up we got Saints versus Giants. I got the Saints. Drew Brees looked impeccable last week. So did Brandon Cooks. So did Willie Snead. Like, they should have won that game, young. If the Raiders didn't go so hard and went for 2-point conversion, the Saints probably would have won that game. Sorry, bro. But that division getting evened up today when the Saints put the beating on y'all.
I hope the Saints put the beating on the G-string divas because I can't stand them. I'm going with New Orleans. Drew Brees is going to have a good game. He always has a good game. And I just dislike the Giants.
The difference is he outside today.
Yeah.
Drew Brees has great games in the dome. He's a dome quarterback.
Yeah.
He doesn't really play too well outside, which is I can kind of understand why Rob picked the G-Man. But I still think he looked good last week.
He did.
Like he got I slept on them. Like they got weapons, yo, and I think Drew Brees gonna put on the show today. On the G-string divas, as you call them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What you mean y'all got Hitman 1 and 2? What you mean, Cruz and Beckham, Mike?
Hitman?
They
salsa dance in the end zone.
What Beckham do last week about except for that one long catch when Skandrick was on him? I think Claiborne put the clamps on him a little bit last week, as far as I remember watching.
It's going to be a high scoring game, but
But the Saints defense is suspect though.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a high scoring game. I just think the Saints going to win.
I believe so.
And
what did the Giants? Wasn't the Giants who spent like $200 million or something on their defense?
No, that was the Jags.
Oh, that was the Jags.
George Saunders said, "I see you, Big Steve Skins."
George Saunders, big ups, homie. How's it out there in Arizona?
Next game, another rivalry game, big one. Bengals versus Steelers. Like I said in my key matchups, I think whoever have a bigger game between Dalton and Green and Big Ben and Brown is going to win the game. I tried to give y'all my stats without giving them my prediction.
Right.
But I'm going with the Bengals in a high-scoring shootout, very tight, down to the wire, last-second touchdown throw.
And I'm going opposite this week. I'm going with Pittsburgh. After they whooped our asses in Landover at FedEx Field, why shouldn't they beat Cincinnati? So I'm going with Pittsburgh as well.
They shouldn't beat Cincinnati because the Skins ain't the Bengals. What you mean?
They're not, but they will. They will beat Cincinnati.
The Bengals still got Pac-Man Jones?
I believe so.
Yeah, bro. I probably won't use that.
Yeah. And Drake Kirkpatrick?
But yeah, I got the Bengals though. Mike got the Steelers. Rob got the Steelers. You already know. Shalonda got the Steelers. Sean got the Steelers. You got the Steelers. No, you got the Steelers, right?
Yeah, I got the Steelers.
I got the Steelers. Yeah, so Steelers favored in that one. So I guess that's my upset pick. Bengals over the Steelers.
Right.
Next game, another hard one. Well, it wasn't hard for me, but I think it's going to be a tough game. But the Bucks versus the Cardinals. I picked the Cardinals, of course, because I got that being the best team in football this year. Right. I'm sticking with my guns, even though they lost to New England. This is something about New England; they always win.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking with the Cardinals over the Bucks.
And I'm going opposite. Even though I like the Cardinals, I think that Tampa Bay is one of those teams that are flying underneath the radar and going to find a way to upset Arizona.
Yeah, so Bucks, they gonna be I think I said the Bucks was my sleeper team this year. The Bucks and the Raiders. They actually shocked me week 1 when they beat the Falcons. I expect the Bucks to put up a pretty good fight, man, today, but I just can't see them beating the Cardinals. They don't have enough firepower for me to beat the Cardinals. So I got the Cards. DJ got the Bucks. Shalonda got the Cardinals. Sean got the Cardinals. Rob got the Cardinals. Greg said you just want to be able to sleep at night, Steve. I guess he's talking about
being Shalonda.
Oh yeah, Steelers fan.
No.
Rob said their defense was surprised. Hey Steve, we always get fans after we whoop some ass. Pac-Man's still there.
He is still there.
Hopefully
he's there today.
Mike got the Bucks. And Shalonda says, "See, that's where Steve is messing up the money." I guess because you're picking the Bucks.
I mean, everybody else is picking Arizona, so if I want to win money, I got to go the opposite way.
It's $3 picks on there.
Oh, I'm talking about in the football pool, sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the game. If you win, you might win the money.
That's what I'm saying. So I got to go with the money.
Next game, it's not even a game to me.
It's not even.
I got it being absolute destruction. Seahawks versus the Rams.
Yeah.
I got the Seahawks.
I got the Seahawks as well.
Rams look absolutely terrible.
Terrible.
I don't know who no matter who they have at quarterback, it's just not a good option. Jared Goff is just not ready.
Well, yeah, he's back up today.
Case Keenum is not good.
Not good. If you put pressure on him, he's done.
Me personally, I think they should just go ahead and throw Jared Goff in there.
Might as well.
Get him ready. He our number 1 pick. Why not?
Well, they don't want him to get broke up too early.
But you can't learn from Case Keenum. He sucks.
You can't.
He sucks.
He does.
Like, how you gonna learn from a dude that's like finally starting out his whole he finally got a starting job and now he gonna teach you how to play quarterback.
Right.
He's quarterback by default, bro. Like, go ahead and throw Jared Goff in and see what the young boy got. That's what I think. But not today, because the Seahawks going to kill Case Keenum.
Absolutely. Hold Goff until next week.
Next game, Seahawks unanimous, like expected.
Yeah.
Next game, another tough one. Colts versus Broncos.
No.
I'm sticking with my guns with the Colts.
I got the Colts as well.
Andrew Luck, I like that boy a lot, man. I think he gonna get it done, but that Broncos defense, I'm scared for him, man.
Scared.
Because Andrew Luck just came off an injury, he get hit the wrong way or he get beat up. Yeah. He might be back on the shelf this year.
And who is their backup? I don't even know. Because last year it was Hasselbeck, right?
I thought don't they got Whitehurst? Who they got?
I don't even
Whitehurst. I don't know who they backup is. Hopefully we'll have to see the backup.
Hopefully not.
I got the Colts though in a high scoring game because of course you know the Colts can't stop nobody. They about to have Simeon looking real good today.
Yeah.
Colts need to get that defense underway, but they'll win because they got a little bit more weapons, I think.
Right.
They just got a better quarterback. I think they'll win off that. Right. And this is another. No, look like the Broncos going to be favored in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broncos favorite. Oh no, she got the Colts. Yeah, there's only a few Colts picks. I guess that's another upset pick for us. Falcons versus the Raiders.
I'm going with the Raiders.
Same here. I'm going with the Raiders. I think, like I said, that's another one of my sleeper teams. I respect them. Like, when they went hard like that last week and went for 2, and they could have tied it and sent it to overtime, and they got it, you earned my respect. Yeah, I want the Raiders to do good this year just off that one play. Like, they hungry. Yeah. You can tell that one play could have been the difference between them going 1-0 and 0-1 and maybe losing the division by the end of it all by one game. Right. They went hard. I respect them. Falcons, they still look blah to me. Like, they didn't really do nothing. Like, Freeman didn't really do anything.
Devontae Freeman.
Tevin Coleman looked pretty well. Yeah. That might be a fantasy sleeper for y'all, Tevin Coleman. Like, he looking real good for them. Of course, Julio probably will do his thing. But I think the Raiders going to win that one. Raiders. Mike is killing me with all these upset picks, man. Raiders. Mike got the Falcons. Sean got the Falcons. Oh, no, he said they barely got a defensive line. So Raiders are favored in that one. Mike, that's your upset. That's upset special number 3 for you.
Yeah, I was about to say that's like 3 or 4.
Next game. Nobody probably ever heard me say a unanimous win for this particular team, but I'm saying it today. Mm-hmm. The Jags over the Chargers unanimously. I think the Jags showed a lot against Green Bay last week. Yeah. They gonna be alright, man. They not gonna make the playoffs, but they gonna be decent, man. I think they gonna be decent. I got the Jags.
I'm going with the Jags too.
They look good. Oh, Jalen Ramsey? Yeah. What'd he say? Did he throw to my side though? Oh, alright. Oh, alright. Right that. Did he throw to my side? Nah, he didn't. Aaron Rodgers gotta stop doing that. When people call him out, he got to start throwing that ball to their side. I think he did it against Richard Sherman a couple years ago. Yeah. It's like, now you let a rookie shut down Jordy Nelson, dog? Like, come on, bro. No way. Come on, man. Like,
Jordy Nelson.
But Jalen Ramsey, he called out Rodgers. Rodgers did not throw to his side. I say Jalen Ramsey won. Aaron Rodgers 0. Even though Rodgers got the W barely, but the Jazz gonna be alright. They paid all that money in their defense, and it's kind of showing out a little bit because they did alright against Green Bay.
Okay, Jay Tolliver.
What's up, Jay?
Welcome. We missed you last week, but you're here now, rocking with the best.
So I think Jags unanimous decision for the Jags. I don't think that ever happened, man.
Never. Not last year. Not the year before. Not even when they had Mark Brunell.
Sunday night football.
Sunday night.
Rivalry game number 3 this week.
Mm-hmm.
Packers versus the Vikings. I have the Packers just off the strength. Sam Bradford's not going to get it done today.
No. Adrian Peterson might have a good game.
AP's going to be pretty good, but but Sam Bradford's still learning the system, still learning the plays. I think he's just gonna go out there, fling it around, try to find people that's open. But Green Bay, they gonna win tonight, I think.
I got Green Bay as well. Aaron Rodgers is going to capitalize off mistakes he missed last week, and he's going to put on a hell of a performance this week.
Yeah, big game by Aaron Rodgers, because I think Xavier Rhodes is out, and that's Vikings corner. He out.
Sean said he's going with the Packers, DJ Packers, Mike Packers, Shawana Packers,
Krista Packers, Sean Packers again. Packers have been a unanimous decision.
We're going Green Bay.
Monday Night Football. This one's for you, Mr. Greg Moore Jr. I got the Bears. Bears versus Eagles. I got the Bears. I think the Bears played pretty well week 1. And losing effort, right? Losing effort. But they played well. Alshon Jeffrey looking pretty good. Jay Cutler looked pretty good. Eagles, they beat the Browns. I'm not really impressed.
Not sold on it yet.
So I'm gonna go with the Bears on Monday night. Actually, that's my different pick on my football pool, which could win it for me. So I'm going with the Bears.
All right, and I'm going with the Bears as well. Like Brian just said, the Browns, and you want me to be sold on the Eagles right now? No chance. I'm going with the Bears.
And we got a couple minutes, so we're gonna try to slide in a little fantasy segment of players you might want to consider getting or not getting in your FanDuel fantasy leagues, DraftKings, whatever you playing. I would probably sit Dez this week and go with Cole Beasley instead, because Cole Beasley always getting the ball. You always got to play AJ Green and Antonio Brown, so get those guys if you can. QBs.
I had Kirk Cousins in my fantasy.
He had Kirk Cousins and Mariota.
Yeah.
I told him to bench Cousins this week for Mariota.
But I don't know which Mariota is going to show up, so I'm going with Kirk Cousins because I think he's going to have a bounce back game this week. If you have Aaron Rodgers, start him.
Yeah, QB, I say start Breeze.
Yeah,
start Aaron Rodgers. Get Cam Newton.
Ben Roethlisberger if you got him.
Or Andy Dalton. Neither one of those can have it. They all, this fantasy thing is hit or miss. You never know what you're going to get.
Never know.
Running back wise.
Yeah.
You got to go with AP,
Hands down.
You could probably, Alfred Morris, he is a sleeper. He's cheap on FanDuel. He's going to have a big game. Get Alfred Morris if you can on your FanDuel.
Whatever you do, sit Matt Jones. Sit him. If you have him, I don't think anybody in here would have him, but if you do, sit him. He's not going to do anything.
Who else we got? Oh, Jordy Nelson, you can get him.
Get Cam Newton.
Larry Fitzgerald, he not really that expensive anymore, but he doesn't drop anything.
Yeah, I would pick him up.
So
just as a safe,
if you can pick up Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Pick up Seattle's
defense. Definitely pick up Seattle's defense.
Can't go wrong.
They're probably gonna be the best fantasy defense this week.
Absolutely.
Because they're playing the Rams. So
and they lost 28-0 to San Francisco. And who the hell is Blaine Gabbert?
Right. So get Seattle's defense.
Yeah.
Good luck to all the teams out there, all the fans. Good luck to all y'all teams except the Redskin fans, of course.
Likewise.
Because they playing us. Cowboys Nation.
Stand
up. 1 p.m. It's going down.
FedEx Field.
Rivalry game.
You know it.
Number 113. Let's get it popping. Thank you for tuning into the Inside
We appreciate you.
Deuce.
Peace.